What's going on, guys? I'm Dio.
I'm AC.
And we're coming at you with your local
5 News.
I thought we agreed on 5.
I thought you said 9, bro.
No.
Damn.
It doesn't matter. It's the internet. And you're watching Context Matters, where we bring you recaps,
rundowns,
and reviews
on current events.
Everything we report on is alleged, so please don't sue us because we ain't got the money. So the first story we're coming at you today with is the FBI is investigating an ex-cop named Lionel Marines who used the police database as a personal Tinder account to locate and tenderize fresh meat. He was probably sifting through those mugshots like, next. Oh, she's bad. She gonna have to assume the position tonight. Let me make sure I bring my cuffs. Oh, what was this one brought in for? Soliciting prostitution. Jaguar. I'm gonna have to circle her block a couple times.
Man, according to the article, this dude slept with 150 women. Dio, that's like putting up Wilt Chamberlain numbers.
Splash!
And this dude contacted him via social media, cold telephone calls, and even showed up to their house like he had police business to deal with. It is not that serious, dude. You're going through hula hoops.
I think most of us would agree this is super creepy and disgusting. But to play devil's advocate here, it's kind of ingenious.
Don't do that.
This is not advice. But in context, that's like R. Kelly showing up to perform at a high school prom.
Somebody sent me something on my phone and it said that I hog-tied her. I don't know how to hog-tie people. Go with a hog-tie.
That's definitely not advice. That's not advice, man.
While on the topic of solicitation, I'm sure we're all aware by now that the owner of the greatest football team ever, let me repeat, ever, the Patriots, Mr. Robert Kraft, got caught getting a rub and tug from a day spa. I personally think he should have jumped in front of this and held a press conference and said, look, I'm an 80-year-old widower who's a billionaire. Of course I'm going to pay $5 for a little sucky-sucky.
She was slurping, Ling Ling was slurping.
It was a mutual agreement between two consensual adults. It's okay when you put a camera in front of us and you want to call it porno. But when it's behind closed doors, it becomes a problem. It makes no sense. The only people mad are Patriots haters, dudes who aren't getting no or dudes who can't afford. Either way, it's not my problem. Condemn me if you want, but I'm not ashamed.
And me neither. I've been to like 4 of them 12 different times. You know what I mean? Kraft, you good with me. You good with me, Kraft. You know, it's highly addictive. Man, on a serious note, this spot is super blown.
Pun intended.
Seriously. Kraft was dreaming about busting a nut and winning a ring at the same time. And the shit's completely turned into a nightmare. And, you know, I'm thinking it's because he's been chilling with Meek Mill. You know what I mean? Dreams, nightmares.
Yeah, I get it.
See what I did there? You know what I mean?
Yeah, reports say that he came in multiple times. So he must have went once, thought it was good, came back, and then was like, hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished?
When I bought that Aston Martin, y'all thought it was ready?
I need that Aston Martin special.
Yeah, he was flexing on him in there, man. With that spinach, dog. He was flexing.
Where it really gets weird is while Mr. Kraft Mac and Cheese was indulging in some sushi, selfies emerged of the former owner of that day spa watching the Super Bowl with Mr. Donald Trump.
The Trumpster. It's looking like a ring, man. It's looking like a ring.
A rainbow ring.
Something bigger here. Something bigger.
Oh, man. But since we're on the topic of seafood, the Pentagon spent $4.6 million on lobster tail and crab.
Could you believe that?
That's in 1 month.
1 month.
No wonder why the government has so many Krabby Patties in it.
And man, just to give you a little perspective, I kind of did a little research, and the average lobster is between like $30 and $45. I mean, obviously there's some that are more expensive, but if you break that down, that's like 102,000 and some change of lobster tails and like crabs. Like, who are you feeding? And remember, this is a guy who fed multiple sports teams fast food.
I mean, he might not have been in charge of that because the Pentagon and the White House, they're in two different places, but still.
Yeah, come on.
You know?
Like, these kids make other organizations millions. You're talking about all the colleges and universities. They're making them millions. They're making the cable networks millions. The least you can do is
cater a meal.
Cater a meal. You probably should have dished them lobster tails and crab, huh? Trump.
Next up, for Bozo the Clown moment, is this lady from Arizona. Well, I don't know if she's from Arizona, but she went to an Arizona zoo and decided to get attacked by a jaguar.
Jaguar.
How many times do you have to hear about a story of someone getting attacked by a wild animal in a zoo before dumbasses realize that the barriers aren't there for the animal safety, it's there for the human safety?
For the people.
They should have put a video of someone getting attacked outside of each animal exhibit that said, go ahead, do it for the gram. This is what happens.
Yeah, do it for the grandma. Back the up. Give space, direct. But that's the problem. Everybody wants to do it for the gram. Especially these girls, trying to get that selfie. Ching, 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 and your ass get mauled by a jaguar. No. Oh, shoot. No.
We good.
We back.
And we're flying in with this next story. An Ethiopian Airlines crashed 6 minutes after leaving the airport from Ethiopia, killing approximately 158 people. It's a really unfortunate situation. May the victims rest in peace. My deepest condolences to the families of those victims. It's hard to find the positive in situations like this. It's truly sad, but at least we can say they went out with a bang. I know. It's a little too soon for that. But it's not too soon for these two passengers who were late to that flight and weren't able to board.
Whew, are they lucky? Thank God. They must have prayed twice that day. One of the guys even got frustrated because he saw the passengers boarding the flight, and so he was just that close, of making that flight. However, they closed it down.
I bet you they're glad that they didn't bend the rules for them.
I bet so. It's like a Final Destination moment, you know what I mean? As you're looking outside the glass.
That's one of my fears. I mean, it's out of your hands. There's nothing you can do, It's just like, do your cross, whatever you believe in. Put your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye. There's really nothing you can do. Next, we have the third person that has been cured from AIDS. I don't know if Magic Johnson is part of those three. To us, he was the first.
The first, first to get through it. Pay that bill. Hold that. Guatemala.
The U.S. finally apologizes for the Guatemala STD experiments that they did.
Really?
That sounds eerily similar to the Tuskegee Project.
Like, really? We become experiments?
And you wonder why the minorities have a problem believing anything that the government says.
It's like, how can we trust you? How? Coming clean? You apologizing now?
60 years later?
Come on, man. What do we not know?
And then we got this teacher in some southern state who wanted to hold, and did hold, a mock auction for slavery. She brought out the black students in the class to the hallway, put fake chains on them, brought them back in, and had an auction with the white students on how much each slave should go for.
You should be ashamed of yourself. Like, that is totally unacceptable in today's day.
There's no justification for it.
No justification. You had a kid go home to his parent, explain what happened in school, completely humiliated. In today's climate,
you got to be more creative than that.
Yeah. Just going around smacking people in the face, huh? No mercy.
That's it for today. Stay tuned for more recaps,
rundowns,
and reviews
on current events
with your next episode of
Context Matters.
Like, subscribe,
hit that notification bell.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Like
ling-ling.
Stay tuned with us.
Robert Kraft. Peace out.
Later.